Well, it looks like Nintendo Switch 2 will have a VR device headset accessory that Nintendo might sell on the side. I got some proof here directly from Nintendo. Let's go ahead and get started. If you like videos like this, please. We're so close to 51,000. We're so close. You can make this happen. In this video, we can actually get to 51,000. I would really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Let's go ahead and get started into the video. All right, so I am right here, my friends. It is September 26th as of the recording. It's not as of the recording of this video. It's September 30th, the last day of September. But September 26th is the date for this patent. And so I'm going to go ahead here. It says image display system, okay? Non-transitory storage medium having stored their image display program, display control, apparatus, and image display method. All right, so an example of an image display system includes a goggle apparatus, including a display section. A virtual camera and a user interface are placed in a virtual space in accordance with the orientation of the goggle apparatus. The orientation of the virtual camera in the virtual space is controlled. For example, in a case where the line of sight of the virtual camera rotates in a left direction is in yaw direction, and then reverse in the right direction, and when the amount of change is in the right direction is greater than or equal to a threshold, the user interface is moved to a front end virtual camera. I'll let you know what that means. But as you can see here, this is Nintendo Ltd. It's from Nintendo official. This is an official patent here. Again, every image we see here is not exactly how it's going to come. There are a lot of dummy images. This is how we read a patent. We look for the features. We look for what Nintendo is trying to talk about in this patent, and then we translate it to see what features make it to the final product. Nintendo doesn't waste their time on patents that they're not really going to work on. So there might be a big giant patent here, and maybe one feature makes it to the final product. But this one, it has to do with everything VR. So as you can see here, this is the dummy image that talks about VR. Now, you might look at it and say, hey, that looks like a cardboard box. Well, not really. It's not a cardboard box. It's just the image dummy that Nintendo is showing so that it can kind of tell you what it does, right? The pitch rotation, yaw direction, it's like moving your head left and right? So, and let's go ahead and go here. Why do I know this is an actual device? Of course, this is a dummy device. It's not the final product. It's not going to look like this, okay? But this is just how they're showing the display here, that it is something related to VR. You can see here that this is the front part here. We got a little bezel there, and moving forward, and this is how you can confirm this is a device by itself, a standalone device. It has its own processor, CPU, GPU, a display section, inertial sensor, non-volatile memory, and a DRAM. So it has its own little computer inside. It needs to have it in case whether it's something that it's being streamed to, like the PS Portal, or if it's connected to the Switch via that USB-C port that we have on top of the Nintendo Switch 2, which is right here. And so this is basically what confirms that this is a standalone accessory device for the Nintendo Switch. Now, what is this patent Switch 2, by the way? What is this patent describing here? Well, it's telling us about this feature, the moving left and right. This is an update to a patent, by the way. It's not the first one. It's an update, but this is the first one that actually shows some type of an interface. Because when you have the headset on, you can see an interface right here. This looks like something there. And then we have what looks like apps in the form of those little Wii apps. You know, the Wii apps were like in a different kind of aspect ratio, right? 16:9, I think it was. And so here we have again, camera sensors, camera sections at left and right, reversal, and then we have here the interface right there. This is the interface you would look at if you're looking through the goggles, through the virtual thing. And this is the background virtual space. So this is the background of it. This is what matters here. This is the screen that you will be looking at through the virtual space, right? And what this is saying is that when you're not in rotation, as you can see here, there's a little green dot. I mean, this not green dot, it's black. This black dot here is in the center, and there is no rotation taking place during this dot here, right? But if you move to the left, or you look to your left, then the dot stays in the middle, but this screen kind of stays in place, you know, creating that illusion like if that was this here is a stationary image that stays in place as you move your head left and right. So basically that's what it means, and that's what this patent is basically describing. The feature that it's describing is this little rotation with the VR headset, where the dot is the center of you. It's kind of it represents you. So when you move, the dot stays there, but the whatever is in front of you, like this thing here, will stay in place, and while you move your head left and right. And so yeah, we can see here the same line of sight of camera. We see the display here, and then you're moving left and right. And then forward, we see here the UI area. This is the UI, the user interface. We have a B area, A area, and A area. Now, things can go on here and here and here and here, but the UI will always stay in the center. This is what the patent is trying to kind of convey, right? That we have a UI. The UI will always keep. I think there's some type of calibration that will happen during it, where it asks you where you want your center to be or your UI to stay, and then it stays there. You move your head left or right, and it'll always stay there. Even if a game kind of requires you to look left or right, that UI will continue to be right and centered. Let's see what we have here, and of course we can see here the camera, the dot here, and the UI area. Once you move to the left, UI stays in that little area there. So yeah, let me see if we can find more images here. Line of sight, doing it again. The UI is right there. Move it to the right, and same thing. If you move down, so you see the UI stays in the middle, but you're looking down, so you have more space below. And another image of that. We have the program, angular velocity data. This is regarding the hardware and the movements. We have a program. Okay, it has a program. It has an angular velocity data, virtual camera data, UI data. It has accumulation value 1, 2. We have Y1 and all the other stuff. Then we have here the main process, initial process, acquire data from an inertial sensor, orientation calculation process. I'm guessing this is like when you actually kind of you sync it to where you want to be. Okay, this is my center. I'm gonna calibrate here, and this is, I think, what it's describing. The calibration process, right? And then it'll display the image. After that, after you calibrate, then it displays the image in the front wherever you are. So yeah, let me know, guys, what you guys think. This is exciting, right? We know that there's something out there we don't know about just yet. There's a 001 accessory, a new product Nintendo is about to show off. People are claiming whether it's a camera, a sensor, a VR, something related to that. But right now, believe it or not, a VR headset also has a camera. It has a sensor. It has an AR augmented reality kind of sensor as well to kind of read your room. So we might have a VR headset in our hands coming to Nintendo Switch 2. And so here is a patent released on September 26, 2024, showing just that. My friends, that is going to do it with this video. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments below. And then I'll see you in the next episode here at the Odyssey. But before I let you go, I got 2 things I need to let you know. Number 1, never give up. And number 2, journey on. Peace.